What is up, YouTube? Back in Madden 23. Today I'm going to be continuing my offseason rebuild series where I go through every team in order of their draft pick. The Detroit Lions have the 6th pick in the draft, so today we're going to be doing them. Basically, I'm going to be deciding who they should bring back, re-sign from the original roster, who they should be going after in free agency, what they should do in the draft. It's going to be a combination of what I think they should do along with what I'm seeing that the team is saying that they're going to be doing. As you can see, they still have Dan Campbell as their head coach. He actually is doing a pretty good job with the Lions. It's going to be a long-term thing, obviously. They started off 1-6 on the season, and they ended up finishing 9-8. So this team is actually in a pretty good spot. Jared Goff played pretty well. We're going with the same playbooks that they have. They have the Detroit offensive playbook as a vertical power run, so we have the vertical power run. Detroit defensive playbook is a multiple 3-4 scheme, so they have a default as a 3-4 under, 87% scheme fit, and then the offense was 66% scheme fit. Let's check out the real life player stats from the season. They had the number 3 ranked offense. Yeah, like I said, their offense was going crazy. Defensively 32nd. Wow, I was not expecting that. Jared Goff threw for 4,400 yards, 29 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 65% completion with a 99 rating. Pretty solid season from him. I want to look at the rest of his seasons and see where that stacks up. He had a 99 rating, so that's the best season that he's had in the past 4 seasons. The highest he ever had was a 101 and a 100, so not the best season that he ever had, but pretty close to it. Jamal Williams at running back had a breakout season for sure. He had 1,000 yards, 4.1 per carry, led the entire NFL in rushing touchdowns with 17. DeAndre Swift had over 500 yards, 5.5 per carry with 5 touchdowns. Receiving, Amon-Ra St. Brown had 1,100 yards on 106 catches. He was the best receiver on the team by far. Second best guy only had 47 catches. He had 6 touchdowns. Raymond had 600 yards, 0 touchdowns. DJ Chark, 500 yards, 3 touchdowns in only 9 games. Josh Reynolds, almost 500 yards with 3 touchdowns. And DeAndre Swift had 48 catches, 389 yards, and 3 touchdowns from the running back spot. Defensively, Alex Anzalone led the team in tackles with 125. Deshaun Elliott had 96. Aiden Hutchinson had 9 TFLs. And Aiden Hutchinson led the team in sacks with 9.5 as a rookie. James Houston had 8 sacks. Kaminsky had 4. Akwara and Pascal and Akwara. The heck, they have 2 Akwaras on their team? I did not know that they both had 2 sacks. Interceptions, Kirby Joseph had the most with 4. Aiden Hutchinson had 3. Deshaun Elliott had 1 along with Harris, Anzalone, Okuda, and Jacobs. We have $63 million in cap space. Jamal Williams at running back is 28 years old, 83 overall scheme fit, star dev. He has a lot of interest in coming back to the team. I think that they're going to re-sign him. I don't see why they wouldn't. He just led the entire NFL in rushing touchdowns, and his contract is really not that bad. I'm going to offer him a 4-year deal, and he's coming back. So I got $59 million left. I'm going to let Deshaun Elliott walk. We already have 2 safeties, so we don't need to be spending money there. Do want to bring Mike Hughes back. He's 26 years old, 77 overall star dev. Has a decent amount of interest. I'm going to offer him a 3-year deal just to make sure he actually signs. If I offer him that 2-year deal, he might have been like, nope. And then someone else in free agency is going to offer him $1 billion. DJ Chark, we don't need to bring him back. We already have 3 solid receivers. I'm going to move on from Amani, see if we can upgrade that cornerback spot. Justin Jackson, we don't need him. Now we're starting to get to guys that are basically reached their peak at the age of 28 and they have normal dev. Alex Anzalone, I know he led the team in tackles, but in Madden, he's a 73 overall normal dev that's 28 years old. That's only going to get worse, so we're going to move on from him. Will Harris, 27 years old. Yeah, all these guys are going to end up moving on from their bottom of the roster guys, and we're going to replace them with new, young, up-and-coming guys. Brock Wright at tight end. We might need to bring him back, but I don't know. We got to do something at tight end on this team since they traded away TJ Hawkinson in the middle of the season to the Minnesota Vikings. So I think I'm just going to move on from the rest of these guys. Now we're getting down into the 50s. Dan Skipper. He had a good story and everything, but he's a 57 overall, 28 years old with normal dev. Yeah, we're going to be moving on. Looking at the team salaries to see if there's any bad contracts we need to get rid of. Jared Goff is 28 years old, 79 overall. He has star dev at this point. He's only going to be making $30 million and then $31 million. So for the production that the Lions are getting from him, that's actually a bargain. That trade worked out pretty well for them. Akwara, we can save $11 million if we move on from him. He's 28 years old, 74 overall. I'm not too sure what I want to do with him just yet, but Michael Brockers is 32 years old. He's down to a 67 overall. So on the last year of his deal, we can save $10 million, so I'm going to definitely go ahead and release him. The only other guy that's going to be a cut candidate is going to be Vaitai. He's 30 years old and he's only a 70 overall. Still has 2 years left on a 5-year deal. He's going to make $10 million this year, but we can save $7.6 million by releasing him, so I'm definitely going to do that. Never mind, I can't release him just yet because he has an injury. He's out for 6 weeks with a torn labrum, and Madden won't let you release guys if they're injured. This is what the team is looking like before free agency. Jared Goff's at 79 with star dev. We got Williams and Swift at running back. We got Reynolds at wide receiver 3. We also have Jamison Williams. He only played in like 1 or 2 games all last year, but he's still a 78 overall with star dev. St. Brown's got superstar dev, 86 overall. Offensive line is actually really freaking good. The only hole we have is this right guard spot. Once I'm able to release Vaitai, once he gets past his 6 weeks injury, I'll do that. We're going to end up moving on from him and then trying to sign a new guy at right guard. Definitely got to do something at tight end. Defensively, this is where the big stuff is going to be happening. We need another middle linebacker. Could use another pass rushing outside linebacker. Madden had this defense all messed up. They had Aiden Hutchinson at defensive end. They had Akwara at defensive end, even though this is a 3-4 defense, so the pass rushers are supposed to be the outside linebackers. They also had this linebacker, Rodriguez, as an outside linebacker when he's actually a middle linebacker. Just all messed up. I moved Tracy Walker over to strong safety. He's going to be our starter, but he's out for injury right now, 26 weeks. We got Kirby Joseph at free safety, Okuda and Hughes at cornerback, so we definitely need a third cornerback. The main issue is going to be the defensive line. We need 3 defensive linemen for sure, and a cornerback, another middle linebacker. Looking at the right guards available here in free agency, we got Sayamalo, we got Nate Davis, we got Will Hernandez, we got Trey Turner, so we have some decent options here. I think that Nate Davis is probably going to be the best option. He's a 77 overall star dev, scheme fit, 26 years old, so he's the youngest, and it looks like he has the most interest in wanting to come to the team. He does have 6 offers already. I'm going to offer him let's go with 3-year deal and see where we sit. At the very top. Looking at the defensive tackles, we got Javon Hargrave, we got Tart, we got Sheldon Rankins, and Anyamata. I think that we're going to go with Hargrave. He has a ton of interest, and he's the best available, 83 overall star dev, 30 years old. He only wants a 1-year deal. He has 9 teams already sending him an offer. Go ahead and offer him a 2-year deal. See where we set on that. Hopefully it puts us at the top. And we were tied at the top with the Steelers, so we're going to have to be happy with that for now. Looking at the defensive end spots, we're running a 3-4, so that means that we need some big guys to play defensive end. About 280 pounds is ideal, so we got Draymond Jones and Zach Allen. They're both 281, 281. They're both scheme fits. They're both 26 years old, so I'm going to go after both of these guys. They don't have any interest in the team, but they only have 2 offers from other teams right now. So I'm going to go ahead and offer both of them a 3-year deal and see where we're setting with those. So with Allen, we're at the top, and then Draymond Jones, same thing. Let's go with a 3-year deal on him. We need to try to revamp this defensive line. And we're tied at the top with the Broncos. We only have 1 more spot open that we can use to negotiate with people. I'm looking at the middle linebackers. We got Levante David here. He's 85 overall. He's 33 years old, which is pretty old. He has a lot of interest and wants to come to the team, though. Other options that we have, Cole Holcomb has the most interest. He's an 80 overall. He's only 27 years old, so he's like, 5-6 years younger? 6 years younger than Levante David. He's a scheme fit, normal dev. Nobody else is sending him an offer. I think that's going to be the safest play, to send him a 3-year offer. And then we're going to go ahead and evaluate the offers and see where we sit. All right, we ended up getting Cole Holcomb and Nate Davis. We still have Zach Allen and Draymond Jones on the fence, but we did not get... Who did we not get? I don't remember. The guy that we did not get was Javon Hargrave, the defensive tackle. He ended up going to Pittsburgh, so we're going to have to look for another D tackle. The next best option at defensive tackle is going to be Sheldon Rankins. He's a 76 overall, 29 years old. He has the most interest. He has 2 teams already sending him an offer right now. I'm going to go ahead and offer him a 1-year deal, but I'm going to bump it up a little bit to try to make sure that we get to the top. Puts us at the top. We do need a 3rd cornerback, so we got James Bradbury here, Marcus Peters, Jonathan Jones. None of these guys really have any interest, but down here we got Jason Verrett with a lot of interest and Desmond King. He's also a scheme fit star dev, 79 overall, 28 years old with the most interest. He does have 5 offers from other teams, but I'm going to go ahead and send him an offer. Let's go with 2-year deal. That should put us at the top. Yeah, we're at the top. We need to upgrade the kicker spot. The kicker they had on the team was like a 66 overall. I ended up releasing him. So we're going to try to get Evan McPherson. He has no offers right now. He has the most interest in the team, even though it's barely any at all. He's an 80 overall with superstar dev as a kicker. What the heck? 24 years old. He has 95 kick power, 88 kick accuracy. I want to send him a 2-year offer. That's going to be all the slots that we have. So let's go see where we fall after we evaluate the offers. See who we get. So we still got Draymond Jones and McPherson sitting here. We got Cole Holcomb, Desmond King, Zach Allen, Nate Davis, and Sheldon Rankins. So we just need to try to get these guys, this kicker and Draymond Jones. We're still at the top on Draymond Jones. We might need to try to bump up his offer a little bit. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Still going to offer Draymond Jones a 3-year deal, but I'm just bumping the money up a little bit. Already did a little bit before I started recording. Maybe that'll put us at the very top. Nope, still at the same, but actually moved us down behind Kansas City. But whatever. I'm going to go ahead and evaluate the offers and see where we sit. Draymond Jones is gone. Did we get him? No, we did not get him. Dang it. Since we missed out on Draymond Jones, I'm looking at the defensive ends. I'm going to try to get Brandon Graham. He's a 79 overall. He is 35 years old, so it's probably going to be like a 1-year bridge player type of thing. He has normal dev. He actually has a good amount of interest in coming to the team. Nobody has sent him an offer yet. So I'm going to go ahead and just offer him this 1-year deal. I had to simulate to the next stage of free agency. We did end up getting Brandon Graham, but we did not end up getting the kicker, McPherson. He ended up going to the 49ers. We're going to have to try to get us another kicker. I'm going to try to get Harrison Butker, I guess. Yeah, he's 96 kick power, 87 accuracy. He has star dev. I'll go ahead and offer him a 2-year deal. Did we get him? Yeah, we got him. All right, that's all I'm going to do in free agency. Looking at the entire free agency class, we got the kicker Harrison Butker. We got Cole Holcomb at middle linebacker, 80 overall. Desmond King at cornerback, 79 overall. Brandon Graham at defensive end, 79 overall. Zach Allen, defensive end, 77 overall. Nate Davis at right guard, 77 overall. And Sheldon Rankins at defensive tackle, 76 overall. Heading to the draft. We have a 50-year option here to look at for one of the players. I'm not sure who it's going to be. It's Jeff Okudah. I think that he is going to be a long-term player for them, but at the point that he is right now, I think he's only in like 79 or 81 overall. It's not a good play to go ahead and do it. It's better to turn it down. Can re-sign him to a cheaper deal. Finally got to a point where we can release Vitae, the right guard. We're going to save $7.6 million. He's finally not injured anymore. So we're definitely going to free up this cap space. Here we are in the draft in the first round. I'm going to go pick by pick just to see what the teams do. The Bears take Jalen Carter, number 1 overall. The next pick, the Texans take Bryce Young. Cardinals took CJ Stroud. Probably not going to happen, but they always do it in Madden. Will Anderson goes to the Colts. Then the Seahawks, and then it's us. Myles Murphy goes to the Seahawks. We have the number 6 pick here. We got Will Levis here, Paris Johnson, Christian Gonzalez, Anthony Richardson, Devin Witherspoon, Peter Skoronski. I think the play is probably going to be to get Tyree Wilson. He's still sitting here. He's from Texas Tech, defensive end, 6'6", 275 pounds, power rusher. He's a scheme fit. We signed Brandon Graham, but he's 35 years old. He was just going to be a bridge player. Tyree Wilson's going to be our new defensive end instead. 22 years old. He has good acceleration, solid agility, good change of direction, great jumping, solid speed, and good strength. He has hidden dev with 78 speed and 84 strength. We have another pick here in the first round, number 18. Will Levis and Anthony Richardson are still here. Quentin Johnson from TCU, wide receiver. Technically, they're saying that he's supposed to be the best receiver available in the draft. Jordan Addison is also another one of the top receivers. Zay Flowers, same thing. Jackson Smith and Jigba. So there's 4 really good receivers here that were supposed to go in the first round. Brian Branch, Bijan Robinson, Darnell Wright, Cam Smith at cornerback. I don't see how the Lions would pass up on one of these wide receivers if they're all still sitting here. The Lions are notorious for drafting wide receivers in the first round like every freaking year anyway. So I think that the best one is probably going to be, Jordan Addison is a deep threat scheme fit for them. That might be a good move, but I'm going to go with Jackson Smith and Jigba from Ohio State. 6 foot, 197 pounds. He's a slot guy. 20 years old, so he's really young. He has solid acceleration, solid agility, solid change of direction, good jumping, decent speed, and great strength. He might be a little bit underrated in the draft class. He only has normal dev, 88 speed, 88 jumping. Here in the second round, we did not end up signing a tight end in free agency. I completely forgot about it. We really need to get something at tight end. Luke Musgrave is here, Tucker Kraft, Darnell Washington. I think Luke Musgrave is probably going to be the best pick right now. He's from Oregon State, 6'5", 255 pounds, vertical threat, scheme fit. 20 years old, so he's really young. Great acceleration, good agility, great jumping, elite speed with good strength. He has hitting dead with 87 speed. Nice. We have another second round pick here, number 24. I'm going to draft this defensive tackle, Keanu Benton from Wisconsin. 6'3", 312 pounds, run, stop, and scheme fit. Defensive line needs to try to get younger fast. He's 21 years old, solid acceleration, good agility, decent change of direction, solid jump, and solid speed with great strength. He's got hidden dead with 90 strength. In the third round, we're sitting here with cornerback Eli Ricks. We got Caillou Blue Kelly, Jalen Jones. I think Blue Kelly's probably going to be the best option of these three at cornerback. He's from Stanford, 6 foot, 193 pounds. He's a man-to-man guy. 21 years old, solid acceleration, solid agility, solid jumping, solid speed, solid strength. He just has solid everything. Normal dead with 90 speed, 86 jumping. Here in the fourth round, I'm going to draft this left guard, McClendon Curtis from Tennessee, Chattanooga. He's 6'5", 331 pounds, power, scheme fit. He's 23 years old. He has solid acceleration and agility, great change of direction with solid speed and strength. He has hit him dead with 86 strength. In the fifth round, I'm going to draft this outside linebacker, Nick Hampton from Appalachian State. He's a speed rusher, 6'2", 236 pounds, 22 years old, great acceleration, good agility, great change of direction, great jumping, elite speed. Looks like he's a hell of an athlete for real. He's got normal dead with 88 speed, 89 acceleration. Looking at the draft recap, we drafted Tyree Wilson in the first round, number 6. He's a 74 overall, 22 years old with hidden dev, 76 power move, 71 finesse, 78 speed, 82 acceleration with 83 tackle, 76 block shedding, 81 pursuit. He's going to be starting for us right away on the defensive end spot, probably over top of Brandon Graham. Jackson Smith and Jigba, we drafted him a wide receiver in the first round. It was a second first round pick that we had. He's a 74 also. He only has normal dev. 88 speed, 89 acceleration, 84 catching, 88 catching traffic, 80 short route, 74 medium route, and 72 deep route. 83 spectacular catch. Probably gonna be starting for us in the slot at wide receiver right away. Luke Musgrave, we drafted at tight end in the second round. He's a 71 overall, so he's already the highest overall tight end that we have, so he's definitely gonna be starting. He's only 20 years old. He has hidden dev. 87 speed, 80 catching. His run block sucks with 59, but it doesn't matter. We just need him to catch passes. 89 awareness, 67 short route, 61 medium route. Apparently he can't run routes either, but he can catch. Other second round pick was Keanu Benton, defensive tackle. He's a 73 overall. It's actually a pretty good pick. He has hidden dev also, 21 years old, 90 strength, 76 block shedding, 74 power moves, 64 finesse moves with 79 tackling. Caillou Blue Kelly, we drafted in the third round. He's a 71 also. He'll be a backup, but he could develop long term. The rest of the guys, we drafted McClendon Curtis. He was only a 66 overall left guard. Nick Hampton, 65 overall outside linebacker, just be a backup. Computer drafted Kayvon Merriweather in the 6th round. He's a 68 overall strong safety. And then they also drafted a quarterback from Penn State, Sean Clifford. He's only a 56 overall. This is what the starting lineup is going to look like. We got Jared Goff at quarterback, 79 overall star dev, looking to improve on the season that he had last year. Jamal Williams, we brought him back in free agency. He's an 83 overall star dev. Still have DeAndre Swift as a backup, 80 overall star dev. St. Brown's our number 1 receiver, 87 with superstar. I moved Jackson Smith and Jigba to be our third receiver. He's a 75 with normal dev. Reynolds was a 76, but I think the smart move is to start your first round draft pick rookie over a guy that's on the last year of his deal that's like 28 years old. Jamison Williams is a 78 with star dev. We drafted Musgrave at tight end. He's a 71 with hidden dev. He's our best tight end by far. So we got Panay Sewell at right tackle, 86 overall superstar. Brought in Nate Davis at right guard. He's a 77 star dev. Ragnow's an 88 star dev. Jackson's a 77 star dev, and Decker is an 83 star dev. Offense is looking pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie. Defensively, we signed a bunch of defensive linemen. We brought in Brandon Graham, Sheldon Rankins, Zach Allen at defensive end. We also drafted Keanu Benton at defensive tackle and Tyree Wilson at defensive end. If I was doing a long-term rebuild, I would start those guys over top of the older guys, so I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Benton is going to be starting at D-tackle. Tyree Wilson is going to be starting at defensive end. Rankins and Graham can tell them what to do and help them out with their development. We got Joseph at strong safety, 76 overall star div. Aquara is probably one of our weakest players on the team. He's a 73 overall outside linebacker. Rodriguez at middle linebacker, 74 star div. Brought in Cole Holcomb in free agency. He's 80 overall with normal div. Aiden Hutchinson at other outside linebacker, 80 overall superstar. We do have Tracy Walker at strong safety, but he's out for 2 weeks right now. He's a 77 with normal div. So that means that the rookie Merriweather is going to be starting for a couple weeks. 68 overall, normal div. That's really not that bad. Okuda is 78 overall, star div at corner. Desmond King we brought in free agency is 79 overall, star div. And Mike Hughes is a 77 overall, star div at the third spot in our corner slot spot. Here at the midseason point, we're actually 4-3, leading the division, off to a good start. The Packers and Vikings are both 3-4, and the Bears are 1-6. Do have a breakout opportunity for a wide receiver here, but first let's see what players we have to negotiate with. We got $77 million in cap space. DeAndre Swift, 24 years old. He wants a 5-year deal for about $22 million. It's really not that bad for a backup running back. I'll offer it to him. Now he wants more. Jeff Okuda, I do want to bring him back. I turned down his 5th-year option because it was going to be cheaper to sign him to a long-term deal like this instead. 24 years old, 79 overall, scheme fit, star div. He has like 0 interest, so I'm going to go ahead and offer him a 6-year deal and see where that puts us at. He's coming back. $67 million left. Sheldon Rankins was a 1-year thing. Jonah Jackson at left guard, definitely want to bring him back. 26 years old, 76 overall, star div. He has no interest. I'm going to go ahead and offer him a 3-year deal because of that. He wants a bigger offer. Some people are just greedy, man. Josh Reynolds is going to be moving on from him, and that's going to be it. Let's see what receiver we have this breakout opportunity with. Who's it going to be? Jameson Williams. He needs 3 touchdowns or 150 yards rushing and receiving. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen, but we can try. Gonna try to help Jameson Williams get this. I'm going to bump him up to the #1 receiver in the depth chart, and also as a specialist, I'm going to put him as the slot receiver, but I have to go into the actual depth chart to do it. We ended up beating the Falcons 35-17, so there's a chance that we did get this breakout opportunity for Jameson Williams. Let's see what happened. He said I didn't get it done today. Alright, we didn't get it. I really hate that the computer always messes with the depth chart. I'm over here trying to put Tyree Wilson as the pass rush and defensive end, which I've already done like 18 times since I started this, and I'm in like week 9 right now. So every week I'll have to go through here and make sure that the depth chart is right. I want Tyree Wilson starting at pass rusher on this side. And then we got Aiden Hutchinson on the other side, which makes sense. And then at defensive tackle, they keep on putting Sheldon Rankins there. But I want to put Zach Allen there because he's a 73 overall. So that means that he's the highest rated defensive tackle for pass rushing purposes. End of the regular season, we finished 9-8. Unfortunately, we did not make the playoffs. The Packers won the division with a 12-5 record. The Vikings went 7-10, and the Bears went 2-15. Let's check out the season stats. We had the 30th ranked offense. What the heck? Why? Defensively 14th. Jared Goff had 4,400 yards passing, 32 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, only a 62% completion, and a 92 rating. So he did not have such a great season with that 92 rating. Jamal Williams had 700 yards rushing, 3.8 per carry with 9 touchdowns. DeAndre Swift, 400 yards, only 3.2 per carry with 4 touchdowns. Run game was lackluster. Jameson Williams had 90 catches for 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns. He finally had his amazing breakout season. St. Brown had 1,000 yards with 11 touchdowns. The rookie tight end Musgrave had almost 800 yards on 71 catches with 4 touchdowns. He missed 2 games. He only played in 15. DeAndre Swift had 500 yards receiving with 6 touchdowns. Smith and Jigba, 38 catches, 462 yards, 0 touchdowns. Defensively, Cole Holcomb led the team in tackles with 138. TFL's Tyree Wilson, the rookie, led the team with 16. Zach Allen had 14, and Sheldon Rankins had 12. Sacks, Zach Allen led the team with 8. Tyree Wilson had 4.5. Aiden Hutchinson only had 3.5. Aquara had 3. Interceptions, Desmond King had 3. Malcolm Rodriguez had 2. Okuda had 2, and Hughes had 2. Zach Allen, Hutchinson, and Holcomb all had 1. How the heck did it? Defensive end get an interception? I guess it must have been like one of those where he jumps up and swats the ball and intercepts it type of plays. The Packers beat the Bengals in the Super Bowl 34-28 to win their 5th ever Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers won Super Bowl MVP. Lamar Jackson won MVP of the regular season with the Ravens. Doug Peterson won Coach of the Year with the Jaguars. Cooper Kupp won Offensive Player of the Year with the Rams. Khalil Mack won Defensive Player of the Year with the Chargers. Bryce Young won Offensive Rookie of the Year with the Texans. And Clark Phillips III won Defensive Rookie of the Year with the Falcons. I think that we did a pretty good job overall with free agency and the way that we drafted. We ended up bringing Jamal Williams back. We drafted Jackson Smith and Jigba in the first round. Jameson Williams had a breakout season. We were able to get a good starting tight end in the second round, and Luke Musgrave, he's already up to a 74 overall. We brought Nate Davis in free agency at right guard to shore up the offensive line. We ended up signing Sheldon Rankins. We ended up signing Zach Allen, who's up to a star dev now. We drafted Keanu Benton, who is a star dev. Tyree Wilson is a star dev. We drafted him also. Brought in Cole Holcomb at middle linebacker. He's already up to star dev. And we'll see what else we did. We also brought in Desmond King at cornerback. So overall, I think that we set the team up to do pretty good going forward. Just keep on being smart with the money, drafting and free agent signings and everything. That's going to be it for the video. If you like what you saw, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. I appreciate everyone for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.